limit ba kayo as to the number of reporters?
Yes. For those who will be reporting within the grounds of Malacanang, there will only be about 9 national broadcasting companies.
One
reporter per network, sir.
Network?
Yes.
One reporter per network, one crew.
Well, we haven't discussed on how many reporters can stand by per network, but I understand that we'll have 9 broadcasting network companies on the grounds.
Where can you find the list of these companies? Where can you find the list of broadcast?
We will announce. We shall announce the list of the accredited broadcasting companies that will be allowed to broadcast within the grounds of Malacanang to have their own space. The Office of the President Engineering will be providing the platform for all of the broadcasting companies, and we shall be furnishing copies of the list to those broadcast companies. As I mentioned earlier, we will be announcing also through our Facebook pages, the PCOO and the RTVM.
Do we now have a list, apart from, of course, the immediate family, the diplomatic corps, and those who have helped him in the country, clearer list of the guests?
No, ma'am Doris, I don't have the list right now, but all I can tell you is that so far we have around 627 guests inside the Rizal Hall who are coming. So from 500, it has jumped to 627. As for the names of the guests, we don't have a copy with us right now. It's still with the organizing committee, and that committee is also deciding which guests to invite. Hindi pa kasi puno.
And the food to be served?
The food to be served, what did you report the last time?
Maruya.
Maruya.
Maruya and
But there's
juice.
a report about adobo and whatnot, so can you be sure now?
We haven't discussed it. I guess, where did you get that adobo and maruya?
I think it was online.
Online.
Sir,
We'll keep you posted.
sir, is there an information regarding, kasi doon sa sinabi po ni Mayor during the campaign na mag-invite po siya ng mga, people na nakatira, ordinary people na nakatira sa under the bridge, sir, mag-invite daw siya ng mga ganun.
No information.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure. No information.
Sir, may team na kayo for the inauguration? Anong meron?
Wala pa. We haven't gotten to that to the brand exercise, but we'll get there. The theme is, of course, inauguration, right? 2016.
Well, the tagline, like say, for example, yung pagbabago, no?
Changes here.
Mga ganun na lang.
Could be.
Sir, yung guest list na 627, are those the final guests or those are the ones who are parang kumbaga wait list? Or yun yung final round? Or
We have 8 more days. As the days go by, there are changes that are happening, and it could still change. Pwede mabawasan. I'm not sure kung madagdagan pa. Kung mabawasan na lang. Or it could stay at 627.
Sir, how strict would the security be? How many police would be guarding the grounds and the periphery?
Not really restricted. The PSG will be taking care of it.
But what part figure, how many would be involved in securing the area?
I have no ballpark figure. Sorry.
Sir, yung speech ni President, yari na ho? Speech of the President.
The speech of the President is currently being written and being revised. There are about 2 people who are managing this right now.
So first time he will be having a speech talaga, sir? Kasi knowing Mayor, wala talaga siyang speech ever since.
A couple of weeks back, we asked a request from the RTVM to send the teleprompter here in Davao, and I believe that the mayor liked the teleprompter, and
Is he
with the speech that we are preparing right now, it should go through the teleprompter, unless the president-elect decides to read it or to memorize it.
Sir, what can
5
we,
minutes nga lang ba? Let's be clear.
and what can we expect,
How many
sir, from the
pages?
speech?
You know, the president has a tendency to not follow any written speech. He has a tendency to just go along with it and go with the flow and be extemporaneous about any issues that he talks about. So we could probably expect something like that.
Sir, mga gaano katagal yung duration ng program? From the time na magsa-start yung...
From the time that the president leaves his place, that's about 10:30, and I surmise that it was 3 o'clock.
Sir, may
Pero
information.
the oath taking per se, it's from 12 to 12:30.
Sir, saan po siguro, in a way, iikot yung speech ni President-elect?
We'll let you know kung ano yung
Pa-share na.
Hindi, wala kasi final
Kahit yung mga
Kahit
bullets.
yung mga bullets lang, sir, like...
It would be unfair if I told you what the content of the speech is right now, and then we would change it after a couple of days. So,
Who's writing it again? Or does he have control as to how the
yes,
speech would be written?
the president has full editorial control of the speech.
Who's writing it?
Best friend?
Next question. No, next question. We'll let you know, but as a ngayon, it's under wraps. Well, the president has a hand on the speech, so
So, walang mura, sir.
obviously.
Definitely.
Sir, ano language?
Saya?
Definitely English will be there, and Tagalog, Filipino,
Bisaya, sir.
Maybe second.
mostly. Most likely there will be decided.
And then after the inauguration, he goes where?
After the inauguration, he will administer the mass oath taking of the cabinet members, and then after the mass oath taking, he will be meeting the members of the diplomatic corps to be assisted by the secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Sir,
Sorry,
sir,
sir.
any possibility that he can hold a press con after
Maybe Ernie can answer that.
Nakakawa niya na.
The presidential spokesperson, Ernie Abella.
Pinasa na lang.
We have some interesting developments regarding the inauguration. Yesterday we had occasion to sit with the representative of Facebook Asia. She flew in from Singapore. Her name is Elizabeth Fernandez. And she offered, and they have offered to stream live the inauguration. So it's going to be a very interesting development. And it will be easily accessed, especially by OFWs and Filipinos all over the world. And so that's the main reason why it's going to be a benefit, and it's just been allowed. Regarding the press con, let's put it this way: until such time, and you will be properly advised.
I don't want to ask you this, but gusto ko makakita ng scenario on the oath taking itself.
Yes,
Well, nun, di ba? Who will be with him?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Who will be with the president when he takes his oath? Who will be beside him? Does the family?
The Associate Justice will be there.
Family,
The
sir.
family. The family.
Ernie.
We don't have final reports on that, but definitely those who are pretty close to him will be there.
So, meaning with Both? Sir?
No, really, we do not have a list of that.
Sir,
But
but
Of
those
course, si
are
Sarah, the children, Sarah, Pulong, and Baste, right?
most probably so,
And
because they
Kitty?
already have had their, they already took their oath.
and Kitty? The
Kitty.
youngest? Andanar.
Kitty will be there.
I'm sure.
Sir, any information kung invited po si Senator Marcos sa inauguration?
We don't, that we don't.
About dun sa scenario, yung tradition na pagsasaluhan ng incoming at saka yung outgoing president, like, ano mga nakakaang take?
It may not be like that exactly, but there will be an edited version of the salubong and the encuentro, and then the, what do you call it, the sending off,
Sir, doon pa rin po ba dun sa may hagdan or
most likely.
More questions?
Sir, other
Use the
topic?
mic, please. Steve,
Other topic po, pwede.
Yeah, sure.
use the mic.
Sir, how would you like to respond dun sa friend po ng ISIS na sinasabi? May video release po na sinasabi.
Asan ang mic mo?
That's security
It's a security issue,
cluster issue.
and we're not privy to anything.
But has the president increased his yung security because of the...
I wouldn't really know.
Sir, is it true that President-elect Duterte will continue his Gikan sa Masa para sa Masa show na weekly as president?
Yeah, we're negotiating that. It's something that's being discussed. But I'm sure the president would continue to want, at least in intention, would want to be in touch with the people.
But was he the one who expressed the interest to have his show continue?
It was suggested to him.
More questions on this side? Steve?
Sir,
Okay, Trish?
Sir, may information ba kayo, kahit konti, dun sa sinabi ni President-elect yesterday na kailangan niya ng isang department, ng isang police, na dahil may special assignment daw sila, or may bibigay niya special assignment si President-elect for them? It is, may nabanggit po kasi sa speech si President-elect regarding na dun sa, maglalaan daw siya ng isang department or committee ng police dahil may special assignment daw siya para sa mga police na ito. Does it have something?
He did not elaborate on that.
Wala ba siya na-mention
Wala
sa mga meetings?
Wala.
Sir, just to follow up on yung teleprompter. So is it safe to say that he might be using a teleprompter for his inauguration speech?
He liked it. He liked the teleprompter. That's what was reported to me. And since we are writing the speech for the president-elect, and automatically that speech should go through the teleprompter. And it's really up to the president-elect if he uses the teleprompter or not, if he decides to read or to memorize the speech. But I'm sure even without our written speech, he could say something extemporaneously for the country.
Sir, how about yung suot niya for the inauguration?
For now, it's barong,
And black,
slacks.
black snock. Hindi siya konturoy, ha?
Yeah, for now, it's barong and slacks. Anyone from the right side?
Pero 5-second delay para in case sa broadcast, diba, sa Manila, 5-second delay, so you complete. Will you really be doing that?
I'm sure there's the speech is going to be one of the best speeches ever delivered in the palace.
Would there be entertainment?
There is a musical by Fred Aguilar, and that may be the one Jimmy wanted.
No? Hindi. Ano ba? Alam ko.
Unless magbago mo guys, pero for now.
Jimmy Bono.
Sir, is it true that in SMX MOA there's going to be a separate event after the inauguration to accommodate more guests I heard something like that.
Sa ngayon, mukhang hindi matutuloy yan. Sa ngayon.
So sir, would you say na mas maikli po itong programa ngayon because mass oath taking, tapos sabi nyo hanggang 3 p.m. lang. Ano lang ho yung nilalaman from 10:30 to 3 p.m.?
Doris is the one who has experience of covering presidential elections. What will be the difference between this inauguration and the last time, Doris?
So mas mabilis ho ba siya, sir?
No, there was one in the morning and then there was
Mike.
one. There was one in the morning that I covered up. There was one in the morning and then there was another one in the afternoon. It was in Cebu. So talagang
Iba.
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 The one in the Duterte grandstand was short.
Yeah.
And then sa Cebu that was matagal and the partying started after that whole thing.
But I guess the most important event activity during that time is the 12 noon. So the president will have to be, he has to take oath by 12 noon as enshrined in the Constitution.
He won't be late, will he?
No.
Because 10:30 is quite early for him.
President Duterte will be the program starts at 10:30 in the morning. The president should be in the palace by 10:30 in the morning. The outgoing president should be the one welcoming the president, and inside the reception hall, wherein the outgoing president shall be giving the incoming president the guest book where the incoming president will sign, and then afterwards both of them will step out of the palace and will give the departure honors for the outgoing president. Tapos nun, diretso na sa sasakyan ang outgoing president, and the incoming president goes back inside Malacanang.
Sir Martin, is there any plan to do the same in Davao? Or even...
Oath taking? No, there's no plan. Sa Davao, ang pagkakaalam ko po ay magkakaroon po ng mga LED screens. I just don't know which area in Davao City. Pero sa pagkakaalam ko po ay marami na nag-donate na ipahiram ang kanilang LED screens para mapanood po ng mga kababayan ni Presidente Rodrigo Duterte ang kanyang panunumpa.
Sir, Robert from DCMM. Sir, is there a schedule for meet-up for President Duterte and incoming Vice President Lenny, even right after their inauguration?
Wala pa po.
As in, wala talaga.
No.
Hindi sila mag-aabot. Hindi sila mag-aabot talaga.
Even during the Andanar ba yun?
Oo.
Nothing definite.
But Lenny will be in the London.
Nothing definite.
Even during the after party, sir?
It's going to be a very exciting.
Wait and see.
Exciting and different, right?
It will be very, very simple, very functional, very meaningful, and it's very pared down. Even the encounter, as I was explaining earlier, it will be a very brief encounter between the outgoing and the incoming. But there will be an encounter as planned. In fact, there is a plan A, plan B, so there will be.
But dito sa plan A and plan B, sir, kasama ba si VP-elect Lenny doon?
As far as I know, the plan that what I'm referring to basically is the encounter between the outgoing and the incoming.
So no plans.
No plans.
No, let's put it this way. There's nothing definite about those things.
Sir, so si Mayor President will be flying in on June 30 itself. Is that right?
Or the day before?
Or the day before?
There's nothing definite about that.
Sir, how about after inauguration? Will he be flying back to Davao or will he be staying in Manila to start work with cabinet members?
There will be, I think, his own birthday celebration. Sure, no celebration. I think he, as he promised, as he promised, he'll hit the ground running, so maybe he'll be saving energy for the next day. Start work.
So he'll be staying in Malacanang.
Or
I'm sure there'll be times he will be staying in Malacanang.
Sir, where in Manila would he be staying during his term?
Oh yeah.
Which building in Malacanang, like he mentioned before?
We don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be in a pretty secure place.
Not
But
the same.
within Malacanang.
I suppose that's usual. That's the usual standard procedure.
Hindi po sa bahay pangarap.
That I don't know.
Or Lenny Mansion?
saan din?
I don't know. No, but definitely it will be a
Where are you
secure
getting
place.
your news?
Para tayo.
Sinabi niya.
Sino nagsabi?
Si Mayor po, dun sa may interview before.
Ganun ba? Hindi, wala kasi dun sa listahan. They provided us with a list of the activities during that day. And as far as the list is concerned, the last activity is it's not even a Andanar. Kasi Andanar, so shala din.
So walang Andanar?
No, it's called the diplomatic reception.
So ba't binago siya?
The binago.
Yung, di ba, usually, yung Andanar talagang, yun nga, sabi niya sosyala. Bakit mo binago siya
Because the
ngayon?
president is a simple man.
So what do we expect from the diplomatic reception? Ano?
It's just the chat, I suppose, getting to know each other. Don't expect any champagne popping. Don't expect any caviar or cheese, blue cheese.
So it's
Expect to be
not going to be called a Van Leonor.
It's a diplomatic reception.
So it's like you got rid of the Van Leonor tradition.
Oo. Spell.
Pati spell.
I mean, what is I believe it's a French word.
Yeah.
Okay, Ayan. Sir, during the campaign team used over 100 guerrilla community radio. Will you be tapping them also for the inauguration since the people in the countryside do not have access to internet, FB, or other means of digital communication?
All of the broadcasting companies will be covering this event. And those who do not have access inside the palace halls or inside the resort hall will be able to access content from RTVM and Channel 4. So in other words, you will be hooking up. Now, with all of the radio stations and all of the broadcasting stations covering this, I think that would be sufficient to cover the entire nation.
Will there be slot also for at least one community radio to carry this? It's the
Of course.
They are the guerrilla type.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, you can put your name. You can call the press office, the media affairs relations office, and get an accreditation so you can go inside the new executive building.
So,
Wait, Kaloy.
In relation to the community radio question, you will be broadcasting it live on Facebook. Is there any special arrangement that you'll be making to assure that it actually, with regard to the internet speed and all that?
Oh, it's quite difficult to predict the speed of the internet in this country since we all know that the speed here is really slow. The streaming of the inauguration on Facebook is mainly for those who don't have access to television and radio here in the Philippines. In other words, those maybe outside the country, the OFWs, the millions of people who follow the president. And, that's the reason why it's being streamed. Plus, we are in the 21st century. That's the new medium. It's just part of the menu. I suppose you have TV, radio, you have the press press, you have online. Now you have Facebook streaming, you have YouTube. So with 51 million Filipinos on Facebook, it's just about practical to stream it there. Yes, yes.
So, is there any? Are you making any arrangements considering that the president was the social media was part of this campaign? Are there any arrangements being made so that the Facebook streaming could be also streamed to the different Facebook fan pages that supported him during the campaign, or is it, as you said, this is just really a matter of course of streaming it on Facebook?
Yeah, it's streaming, and I'm sure you know that you can share the stream on your own page. So it's really your decision since it's social media. The purpose of social media is really to democratize the media. And if you share it, you can share it. If you don't decide, if you just want to watch it straight from the RTVM Facebook page, you may do so. But ang kagandahan po dito ay mapapanood po siya ng ating mga kababayan sa abroad at mga kababayan po natin nagtatrabaho at ang kanilang paraan lang po na mapanood ng inauguration through smartphone.
Okay,
Sir, sorry, clarification. Dun sa diplomatic reception na traditionally kasama rin naman yung Vice President doon. Invited na ho ba si VP-elect Lenny dun sa diplomatic reception? And previously kasi sir, ang reason for not having the joint inauguration or yung oath-taking is because kulang sa space. Pero dito sa diplomatic reception, kulang pa rin po sa space.
Let's put it this way. There may be developments, there may be future developments. So let's just keep posted.
Parang...
There may be future developments. We are not entirely sure. So let's just, huwag natin pangunahan.
Sorry sir, yung developments na yun, meaning to say ba na parang...
In reference to your question.
Nag-i-invite or...
Hindi ko po alam, parang alam ko, hindi naman alam ko, pero let us just, let's be open to developments.
Okay, Carlos.
Hi sir, Carlos Inquire. Sir, patapos na yung term ni Mayor bilang Mayor, matatapos na din ba yung boycott sa media?
Let's just continue our conversation. You were here the last time. Let's just pursue them. Okay, let's just pursue it at this stage. Let's keep it nice and warm.
Sorry. Foreign press, meron din kayong contingency for that? Meron ba kayong idea how many would be coming down to Manila to cover? Napapasok nyo sa
They are free to go to the new executive building to cover.
Sir, maybe know a bit more about Mayor Duterte's schedule this week. We heard he's going to Cebu.
Yeah, Saturday.
As far as I know, it's fluid. It's still fluid.
Will he be having any cabinet meetings this week?
No definite plans regarding that, but it was talked about.
Okay, any more? Any more questions? Bird? Question?
Yung additional lang sir yung sa traffic crisis na binigay ni Congresswoman Arroyo sa Congress. May information kayo dun sir? Reaction siguro?
Well, basically lang na it's most of the business community support it. As long as it's compatible with law.
Sir, balik kami yung diplomatic reception. Sabi nyo walang siya. Nakumukubot. Sabi nyo may walang diplomatic community.
Maro yan.
Even dinner time na yun, di ba sir?
All throughout.
Adobo.
Yeah, seriously sir.
No, we don't have the menu.
would be at the dinner. Is this merienda?
Yeah.
Merienda pa rin.
Kasi alas 3.
It should be done by then.
Paano kung may magdala ng lechon?
BYOB. Kailangan lagyan ng sticker ng PSG.
Lechon na rin.
Sir, di ba, but sir, previously sir, sabi di ba ni President-elect na welcome magdala yung iba ng pagkain nila?
BYOB.
Di ba?
Bring your own.
Pwede ba yun?
Well, kung papayagan ng PSG.
Bring your own food. Pwede yan.
Okay. Any more?
Ano ba?
No more?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
Sir, may limit ba kayo as to the number of reporters?
Yes. For those who will be reporting within the grounds of Malacanang, there will only be about 9 national broadcasting companies.
One
reporter per network, sir.
Network?
Yes.
One reporter per network, one crew. Tama ba?
Well, we haven't discussed on how many reporters can stand by per network, but we understand that we'll have 9 broadcasting network companies on the grounds.
Well, the tagline, like say for example, yung pagbabago, no?
Changes here.
Mga ganun na lang.
Could be.
Sir, yung guest list na 627, are those the final guests or those are the ones who are parang kumbaga wait list? Or yun yung final count? Or
We have 8 more days. As the days go by, there are changes that are happening, and it could still change. Pwede mabawasan. I'm not sure kung matatagal pa. Kung mabawasan na lang. Or it could stay at 627.
Sir, how strict will the security be? How many police will be guarding the grounds and the periphery?
Not really restricted. The PSG will be taking care of it.
But and those who have been in the country, clear the list of the guests.
No, ma'am Doris, I don't have the list right now, but all I can tell you is that so far we have around 627 guests inside the Rizal Hall who are coming. So from 500, it has jumped to 627. As for the names of the guests, we don't have a copy with us right now. It's still with the organizing committee, and that committee is also deciding which guests to invite. Hindi pa kasi puno.
And the food to be served.
The food to be served. What did you report the last time?
Maruya.
Maruya and
There is
juice.
a report about adobo and whatnot. So can you be sure now?
We haven't discussed it. I guess. Where did you get that adobo and maruya?
I think it was online.
Online.
Sir,
We'll keep you posted.
sir, is there an information regarding, kasi dun sa sinabi po ni Mayor during the campaign na mag-invite po siya ng mga, people na nakatira, ordinary people na nakatira sa under the bridge, sir, mag-invite daw siya ng mga ganun.
No information.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure. No information.
Sir, may team na kayo for the inauguration? Anong meron?
Wala pa. We haven't gotten to that to the brand exercise, but we'll get there. The theme is, of course, inauguration, right? 2016.
how do you find the list of these companies? Sir, where did you find the list of broadcast?
We will announce. We shall announce the list of the accredited broadcasting companies that will be allowed to broadcast within the grounds of Malacanang to have their own space. The Office of the President Engineering will be providing the platform for all of the broadcasting companies, and we shall be furnishing copies of the list to those broadcast companies. As I mentioned earlier, we will be announcing also through our Facebook pages, the PCOO and the RTVM.
Do we now have a list, apart from, of course, the immediate family, the diplomatic corps,